Hi YouTube, I thought I'd come on and say hi, say thank you for being here, thank you for sticking around while I wasn't making videos, and to say hi and introduce myself to all the new subscribers who may not know who I am or what I do. So I've been sewing since I was a kid, but I've been doing this professionally since 1998. I used to work in the UK under the name Devotion. And then when I moved to Australia in 2007, I started Rockstars and Royalty. So at the start of that time, I was mainly doing corsets and wedding dresses. It was predominantly wedding dresses. A few years ago, I started doing some burlesque costumes, and the burlesque side of stuff has really taken off. And now most of my bookings are for burlesque and for costumes and showgirl costumes. And I'm doing a lot fewer weddings than I was doing before. And I'm absolutely loving doing the burlesque costumes. Everything is just completely different. There's some amazing performers here in Australia. I've been working with performers all over Australia, doing some really unique stuff. And I want to start sharing more of that with you. So in the past, when I was making videos, I was doing sort of personal projects and showing you how I designed and made something. Because I'm so busy with custom orders these days, I don't have a lot of time to do that anymore. So I've started asking my lovely clients if it's okay to film and share their costumes as I make them. Obviously, like a wedding dress, burlesque is all top secret until it hits the stage for that first time. I'd love to make some videos showing you some burlesque basics as well. But also I want to know what you'd like to see. Do you want to see burlesque stuff and costumes? Do you want sort of rhinestoning basics? Do you want me to do some more gowns if I have the time to do it? I've moved into my new studio, but I still need to do a lot of decorating. Do you want to see me decorating? I need to upholster my old sofa as well. So if you want to see that, let me know. So I've got two costumes that I'm about to start work on that I'm going to film for you. And they're both completely different and both quite different to what I've done before. So while they both have corsets in them, they're a little bit different. So there's some elements there that I haven't shown you before. When I'm filming these different costumes, I'm going to try and focus on elements of bits that I haven't really shown before. I'm not going to show you how to make a corset every time because I've done that quite a few times. So I'll show you different ways of embellishing. I'll show you the ideas and the concepts behind the designs. I'll show you the planning that goes into putting different layers together for burlesque, because there's so many pieces that come off. It has to look good at every stage and it has to work together at every stage. So that can take quite a lot of planning. Let me know the kind of content you'd like to see. I can't promise regular uploads, but I will film what I can and upload when I can as well. So I'm standing in my brand new studio. So last year I made a video showing you the temporary studio that I was in while we built our new house and new studio. So we did a complete knockdown and rebuild. So we stayed where we are. We've been here since 2007. We've got a huge block. We love our garden. It's a really quiet street. So instead of moving, we thought we'd knock down the whole house, design something that suited us, and design something with a really great studio space for me to work in. And it's worked out even better than I could have hoped for. So I'll give you a little tour of that in a minute. I'm stood in my changing room at the moment. This is the decor in my changing room. So this is my new studio space. So this is right opposite the door. I've got two, on the left here, I've got two beautiful big windows. So this studio's got some amazing natural light, which I didn't have in my old studio, which was a converted garage with two tiny windows, one of which looks straight onto the shed wall. So having all this space is amazing. This is my showroom end, which is definitely a work in progress. Eventually up here, I'm going to do some gold leaf paneling and make it pretty. These are boxes of old gowns and corsets that I need to list and sell and pass on somehow. So then as we come around here, I've got my old sofa that needs re-upholstering. I've got the most amazing leopard print velvet for that, and I'm going to gold leaf the frame with all of the time that I don't have. And then we go around there up to my work area, again with two massive windows, so the light up there is just spectacular. And the window on the left here gets the morning sun, and the light coming in here in the morning is just glorious. And I've got a view of my garden beyond, so my old studio, not the temporary studio I showed you last year, but my old studio just had a view of the side of the shed. So having all this light and a view of my lovely garden. And I can see, I don't think you can see it in the video, but I can see my tomatoes outside and marigolds and fairy lights, and it's all very beautiful. So here's looking back the other way, so there's the door I was sitting in front of. I've got a couple of vintage chairs there, which I found at an auction recently. They were an absolute bargain, but they're really wobbly. I've got to fix them up. So they're just decorative at the minute. And a little marble table I got off Facebook Marketplace for next to nothing. And as we come round, I've got some storage here. And above that, I've got my Erte posters. So the Erte poster is from a Erte exhibition in the 70s, I think. And this has been sat in my garage for nearly 2 years. I bought it on a cruise of all places. And it's been sat in my garage for 2 years waiting to go in here because I knew the colours were perfect for what I wanted to do. And I need to find something to go either side of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to put up there yet. And eventually that white dresser will be covered in leopard print as well. So there's going to be lots of leopard in here. So as I come around here, this little alcove here is my fitting room, which I've painted blue with my gold stars. So I used to use that dark blue background with the gold stars on a lot when I filmed in the past. So I kind of wanted to hark back to that. So I painted this dark blue, and then the gold stars have all come from Amazon. They're just wall stickers from Amazon. And the little cloud effect I painted on myself. And the mirror was another Facebook Marketplace find. The curtains, the fabric was from Spotlight. And I bought the bullion fringe and the gold fringing, and the tassely holdbacks. They came from AliExpress or Amazon as well. So yeah, really happy with how that's looking. And because it's not a very deep alcove, what I've done is I've put a half round ceiling curtain pole up. So when the curtains pull, it gives us that extra space for clients in there, especially if I've got big dresses, I need that. That was, oh, I don't know why it won't focus on that, but that was also from Amazon. Here you go, here's another view of the changing room. I've still got more stars to put up. I haven't got around to doing that right hand wall yet. And then this is my kind of work end. So I've got more of those IKEA drawers here. These are the IKEA Alex drawers. They are so useful because there's so many little drawers. I've got patterns and overlocker threads and fringing and all sorts of bits and bobs in there. And it means I'm really organised and I know where everything is, which is an absolute delight after my old studio was quite chaotic. Then I've got my beautiful huge desk that I had built while I was in the temporary studio. And I sit up the other end and sew. And then I've actually got room for a desk under the window. So I've got a dedicated space for my laptop and printer, which makes doing admin a lot easier, because before it was all on the same desk and I was always moving stuff to make room for whatever I wasn't working on at the time. So having all this space is absolutely brilliant. I'm so lucky and I'm so happy. And then around here, I've just got all my storage cubes. And then on top of those, that's all rhinestones and pearls. And then at the far end, I've got my rail, so I can hang things on there while I'm working on. And then out here is my lovely garden. So that shed used to be red, and the window used to look out where the trellis was. So that was the old view I had from my studio. So I'm still looking at the garage wall, but it's a little bit of a nicer view now. And my husband's been absolutely working super hard to get the garden nice, and it's starting to grow and look really beautiful. So it's really nice to have that gorgeous view of the grass and all the plants and the pool while I'm sat working. I love it. So here's a view back down to the other end where we started. So outside of the door where I was to start with is a front door, and we designed the house so you come in the front door and go one way into my studio, one way into the house, and there's a downstairs powder room there, which means I've got a loo for clients to use, which means I can have workshops in here eventually as well. So as well as saying thank you to all the new subscribers here, I wanted to say thank you to you guys who've stuck around while I haven't been uploading as well. Thank you for coming back and watching and commenting again. It's really good to see that you're still here. And I know I'm very sporadic and there can be a lot of time between videos, so thank you for sticking around. And thank you for watching. And I will be back with another video at some point, hopefully not too far in the future.